in this financial year for rural electrification to many areas in Nandi County. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Consolata.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the opportunity. Bwana CS, thank you very much for your presentation. My question is based on what mechanism
preventive and corrective maintenance along the Marimanti 33 kV feeder at a cost of Kenya shillings 67.5 million. A further Kenya shillings 77.1 million has been allocated in quality and reliability. High number of connected hours. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, the construction of the Kajuki 33 kV switching station completed at a cost of Kenya shillings 29 for Igamba Ngombe, Kathwana, Maribo, separate 33 kV supply lines. Kenya Power has allocated Kenya shillings 145 million in the current financial year for the implementation of the dedicated 33 kV in Kama and outgoing feeders to optimize and fully operational distribution network, serving residential and commercial areas adjacent to Tharaka University is underway. This project costs the proposed schemes around Tharaka University, Honorable Speaker, are as listed in the table that follows. This short and medium of Tharaka Nithi Power and REREC has established a comprehensive long-term framework to enhance electricity distribution network and attain universal access in Tharaka Nithi County. This framework, Honorable Speaker, principally anchored on the last mile connectivity program and is further reinforced by the government of Kenya and various development partners. Under the FD, EU, EIB, GOK, Mara and Tharaka constituencies, the three constituencies that constitute Tharaka Nithi County, have collectively been allocated approximately Kenya shillings 966.5 million. This funding is intended to connect additional 9,277 households. The project scope encompasses the construction of new low-voltage single-phase distribution lines, installation of service cables, and provision of electricity meters to households situated in proximity to existing transformers. The table that follows depicts a summary of the allocations to the county. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Wandayi, any supplementary questions?
Honorable Speaker, I think I'm comfortable with that comprehensive answer given by Honorable Waziri, but I've received concern from a resident in the Raga constituency. That resident would want to know the current percentage of electricity connectivity, especially in the Raga constituency, and the timelines to achieving 100% connectivity by the year 2030. That's a concern from my residents in the Raga constituency in particular. But I'm comfortable with the comprehensive answer that the Wazir has just given. Thank you.
Senator Manzo.
Yes, sir. On the issue of power outage, could the Cabinet Secretary clarify how long averagely it takes to replace power outage, especially now where Moidibingu meets University Way? All those buildings and commercial enterprises have had a power outage since yesterday, and up to now, nothing has been replaced. So how long do you take to replace power outage, especially our blackout? Like an example of today and yesterday is where Moidibingu meets University Way. All those businesses have been without power since yesterday. Is there power ration in the country currently? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Joe Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will make reference to question number A by the Honorable Senator for the Tharaka Nithi about power outages, Mr. Speaker. And although the Senator asked about power outages around Chuka University, but Mr. Speaker, this is a problem that we are having around the country. And the CS has actually gone to details and explained about connectivity and, assured of quality and reliable power supply. But my question to the Honorable CS is, exactly what is your ministry doing to see to it that we have stable power supply? And I ask this because no less a person than the president has actually admitted that there is power shedding, meaning that we do not produce enough power for our country. Have you ever considered nuclear energy?
Senator for Nairobi City County, the Honorable Edwin Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, immediately I heard the President speaking about this load shedding. I knew that the target was that moratorium that had been put on IPPs. It has not taken more than 3 weeks, and I've heard that the CS confirmed here that the moratorium has been lifted. This House, through the Energy Committee, conducted an inquiry into the cost of electricity. A report was produced, and it was actually adopted by this House, Honorable CS, Honorable Speaker. Our purchase agreements to these IPPs, there was a lot of shadiness in the ownership of the IPPs. The report of this House is there. So the question that I want to put to the CS, now that this moratorium has been lifted, what measures have been put in place to ensure that the problems uncovered by this House, including, Honorable Speaker, that opaqueness, the onerous terms, including payments to these IPPs denominated in dollar currency, lack of transparency, and even measures put in place to give priority solar plant in Nyeri that we saw somebody had been waiting 13 years for the power purchase agreement. What measures have been put in place to make sure there will be no corruption this time around, that there will be no onerous terms that have been put on those IPPs for Kenyans to enjoy low power costs? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator for Meru County, Senator Kathuri Murungi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I want also to take this opportunity to welcome my brother, CS for Energy in this House. Honorable Speaker, I served with him for 10 years in the National Assembly. So when I see him here, I'm very proud that we are really also progressing to other tasks in this country. And I hope also in the near future will also be in another level, maybe, since we are progressing positively, not negatively. So, Mr. Speaker, Meru County, Mr. Speaker, the connectivity in Meru is very low, especially in some constituencies. And I saw also the PS in one of the constituencies. Igembe North has 19.2% of households that are connected. Similarly, Tigania East, 19.4%, Tigania West, 24%, Igembe Central, 22.3%. I'm aware that there is a money set aside for Meru connectivity, electricity connectivity at 2.4 billion. But with these statistics, Honorable CS, I don't think we can do much in that county because the figures, as I've read, you can see we have a challenge. So what is the ministry doing to make sure that these constituencies with low connectivity at least match up to 50% of the households to be connected by 2027? Maybe is there an elaborate plan that the ministry has at least to lift these constituencies with low connectivity, at least to match those with the 50% and the 70%? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator for Nandi County, the Honorable Samson Charanke.
Mr. Speaker, on this part outage or power blackout, I've seen the CS has conveniently left out a very important issue. My concern is on the replacement, especially when there is a power blackout or outage in a region, especially in Nandi, we have a number of faulty transformers. So my question is, if there is no load shedding or power rationing, how long does it take to replace most of the faulty transformers? And I know it might not have been the CS then, but can you shed light? Because, Speaker, the reason we have power outage mostly is because when the transformers are faulty or they are damaged. So how long does it take to replace one transformer, Mr. Speaker? And is there ways to establish the needs or the support within that power line of transformer so that we can put this matter to rest? I thank you, Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I just wanted to ask the CS, what is the national average connectivity for the country, and how does Tharaka Nithi compare to Murang'a, Nyeri, Meru, Kiambu, so that we can have a fair comparison of the west and the east of the mountain in terms of connectivity, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may now proceed to respond. Before you respond, Honorable CS, Senator Boni, you had a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we don't understand why when from Western Kenya, and by that I mean Western Province, the former Nyanza Province, and parts of Rift Valley, Uasin Gishu, and
as a country, we are committed to attaining electricity access by the year 2030, Honorable Speaker. That is a commitment that the government has made. Connectivity, average national connectivity is about 76%. The national, and of course it goes without saying that different parts of the country are at different levels, Honorable Speaker. I may need to go back at Tharaka Nithi County, for instance. Mara and Chuka-Igamba-Ngombe constituencies are fairly ahead of Tharaka constituency. Yes, but I can share the specific figures with the House, Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, at an opportune moment. What is critical is that we are working progressively towards attaining universal access by the year 2030, Honorable Speaker. As a matter of fact, Kenya is also a party to the Africa Mission 300, which is a serious endeavor being spearheaded by the World Bank and Africa Development Bank to bring on board some additional 300 million people to access electricity. Okay? Honorable Speaker, the second issue, of course, about Muinimbingu University, it is an isolated case, and of course, but we are hopeful that by the time we are leaving this place, power will be back. Yes, I've been assured, Honorable Speaker. Again, Honorable Speaker, we have a number of initiatives that we have embarked on, including the nuclear energy power that Senator Nyutu talked about. For the first time, this country is looking at a clear case of establishing, Honorable Speaker, is going initially to produce some 5,000 megawatts, which is significant, Honorable Speaker, of course, in different phases. The first one, of course, being in Siaya County, as has been proclaimed by His Excellency the President. Honorable Speaker, the matter of PPAs has been spoken to, again, at length, by various National Assembly. We are guided by the Least Coast Power Development Plan, which is our blueprint. It's our guidebook in terms of determining how much power we need to generate when and where, Honorable Speaker. Electricity, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker. And we have allocated some 2.3 billion shillings. We have allocated some 2.3 billion shillings, Honorable Speaker, which we are currently implementing, Honorable Speaker, which we are currently implementing. Again, the matters of fault transformers in Nandi County is not isolated. We are working closely, it's not isolated. We are working closely through our Kenya Power entity to ensure we continue to have very robust engagement time. Since they are the people's representatives, we get to understand what is the feelings of the people on the ground. Through them, no week passes without us having an engagement with one group or the other of members of parliament and other leaders, including governors, and MCAs indeed, Honorable Speaker. The matter of Western Kenya, Honorable Speaker, again, we are alive to it, and we have put in place very deliberate measures.